All right, y'all. So, Matthew chapter 19. Let's go ahead and break this down. Matthew 19 begins with Jesus leaving Galilee behind for the last time and headed toward Jerusalem. After entering the region of Judea, however, Jesus and the disciples crossed over the Jordan to the east, likely into the Jewish region of Perea. Large crowds continue to follow him, and Jesus continues to heal those who come to him. While east of the Jordan, some Pharisees find Jesus as well and come to test him with a difficult and divisive question. They hope to get Jesus to say something that will discredit him in the eyes of the people, or he might give them cause to accuse him of heresy. They asked Jesus if it is lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any cause. Some Pharisees said infidelity was the only allowable cause. Others said a man could divorce his wife for virtually any reason. Christ quotes from Genesis, citing God's plan for marriage. God made human beings to be male and female and decreed that men should leave their parents, hold fast to their wives, and become one flesh in marriage. Men should not separate what God has joined. Jesus concludes Matthew 19, 1 through 6. The Pharisees pushed back by referring to Deuteronomy 24, where Moses permits a man to give his wife a certificate of divorce for indecency. Jesus insists that Moses allowed this because human hearts are hard. It was never God's intent for marriage. For that reason, anyone who divorces his wife except for sexual immorality commits adultery as soon as he marries another woman. When the disciples suggest that it might be better not to marry if this is the case, Jesus says this is true only for those whom this ability is given. He makes clear he is speaking of the eunuchs by birth, contrasting or choice. Celibacy is not holier than marriage, and the decision to eschew all sexuality is not one meant for most people. Matthew 19, 7 through 12. Jesus overrules his disciples after they rebuke some people from bringing children to him to lay hands on and pray for. He repeats the idea that the kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are like little children. By this, Jesus refers to the sense of trust and dependence. A humble, faithful approach is required to fully embrace our relationship to God. Blind belief or gullibility are not part of child